Hey everyone, I'm JP and welcome to Good Talk HQ. The Nintendo eShop has been on fire lately with amazing deals, and a ton of great games can be picked up right now for less than $5 each. In fact, today we're going to take another look at a few more that you might want to pick up, and remember the bulk of the deals are ending in a couple of days, and we've covered a ton of games. I'll have a link down below to get you all caught up. There are about 1,800 games still on sale, down a bit from last week, but there's bound to be something for everyone. If this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to join the crew and leave us a like if you enjoyed the video. Let me know what games you might pick up in the comments down below. I love to hear from you all, and if you have a recommendation for a game I should check out, let me know that as well. Welcome back to the crew, thank you as always, and with all that said, let's jump in. Alright, we'll start today with Curious Expedition, which is a single-player top-down roguelike set in the 1800s. It offers players almost unlimited replay value, and the download comes in at just under 500 megabytes. The maps are incredibly detailed and offer a wide variety of environments, plus they're procedurally generated, so each playthrough will alter a bit from the last. Now you'll be playing as a party searching for loot and the fame that comes with it. The game can be quite challenging at times, and if you're a fan of historical events, this is a great pickup for you. It puts a heavy emphasis on exploration, of course, and right now you can pick it up for just $374, marked down 75% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 5th. Next up we have Figment, which is a single-player adventure title with a download just under 2 gigs, and it offers roughly 5 to 6 hours of main story gameplay. Now the game takes place within the mind of a broken man, and we play as the embodiment of his courage as we fight off the nightmares that haunt him. It has great controls, and the combat, while simple, can be a lot of fun, especially during the boss battles. The sequel is great as well, and if you haven't jumped into part 1 yet, it's on sale for just $1.99, marked down 90% and matching an all-time low until the 6th. Flipping Death is a single-player 2D puzzle platformer that offers roughly 7 to 8 hours of gameplay. It has a download around 2.8 gigs, and the story follows a young woman named Penny after her untimely death. Now the unique mechanic with this game is that she has the ability to flip between worlds, and depending on which side you're on, the gameplay changes up a little bit. The animations are really cool, and right now you can pick up Flipping Death for just $1.99, marked down 90% again until the 6th, and matching an all-time low. Flamekeeper is a single-player action roguelike where we play as a burning ember that's been tasked with fighting off the darkness and restoring light to the world. It has an isometric view and utilizes a twin-stick control scheme for the surprisingly deep combat and movement in the game. Now before each run you'll visit a little village which acts as the main hub for restoring or upgrading your character, and as you work through each level you'll gain new abilities or combos, which does keep the game feeling new and exciting. Now it's not an easy game at all, but if you're up for the challenge you can pick it up right now for just $4.99, marked down 58%, and the deal ends on the 6th. You'll need about 1.7 gigs for the install. God Wars: The Complete Legend is a retro-style JRPG that offers the player more than 100 hours of gameplay, and the download comes in at about 4.5 gigs. Now the story and dialogue are fully voice-acted with both English and Japanese options, and this version includes all of the campaigns as well for a full experience here on the console. The combat is turn-based and plays similarly to something like Final Fantasy Tactics with a bit of a twist. Now you have a ton of variety with how you play, with different jobs you can assign to each character, and overall there's a ton of content on offer for a very low price. Right now you can pick it up for just $3.99, marked down 90% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 27th. The Hong Kong Massacre is a brutal single-player top-down fighter with a pretty hefty download around 4 gigs, and again it offers about 3 to 4 hours of gameplay on average. The story was inspired by classic action movies, and it's your basic revenge story. The gameplay is a lot of fun and incredibly tough. The weapons all sound and feel great, and there really is just pure carnage. You can dodge and use slow-mo to help a bit. It is a challenging game, but if you're up for it right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 90% again until the 6th. Next up we have Narita Boy, which is a single-player strategy adventure game with a download just over 900 megabytes, and it offers around 7 to 8 hours of main story gameplay. It takes place in the 80s and the story is incredibly deep. It deals with some heavy issues though, but in a unique way. Combining that with the graphics makes for a very strange and one-of-a-kind experience. The platforming and controls feel great, and there's a surprising amount of action as well, plus you get new skills and unlockables along the way too. If you're interested in Narita Boy, make sure to grab it up before the deal ends on the 26th. It's marked down 80%, matching an all-time low of just $4.99. Radical Rabbit Stew is an arcade-style multiplayer game with a download a little over 250 megabytes, and it offers fun puzzle-style gameplay for 1 to 4 people locally. but the multiplayer is relegated to a side mode separate from the main story. It has a simple concept with players having to position themselves to smack the different rabbits on each level, sending them into the pots of stew that are scattered around. As you play through, you'll work your way across the world map, stopping at each level, and honestly, the game never gets too difficult, so most should make it through no problem. On top of that, there's even a level building feature that lets your creativity fly wild, and right now you can pick it up for just $3.19, marked down 80% to a new low, and the deal ends on the 27th. Red Wings Aces of the Sky is an aerial combat game for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and it lets the player relive some of the most historical battles from the cockpit. Players will have to hone in their skills and become a deadly force of the sky, and with several different planes to choose from and plenty of historical moments to relive, and of course the addition of local co-op, it's a serious value when on sale, and right now you can pick it up for just $1.99, marked down 90%, and the deal ends on the 6th. Now keep in mind it does have a download around 5.2 gigs, so make sure you have space. Next we have the TakeOver, which is a multiplayer beat 'em up with a roughly 2 to 4 hour story, and it has a 2 gig download. Now the devs drew inspiration from classic games from the 90s, and I think they nailed it. The game looks and runs great here on the Switch with awesome combat, a top tier soundtrack, and a few modern day mechanics to make it a bit more fun to play. I'd say it's one of the better indie beat 'em ups that you can get as far as quality, and usually it comes in at a fraction of the price. Right now it's just $2.99, marked down 85%, and the deal ends on the 6th. Yooka-Laylee is the first game in the franchise, and it was made as a love letter to 3D platformers from the N64 era, specifically games like Banjo-Kazooie. It does have a download over 8 gigs, so make sure you have the space, and it offers more than 20 hours of gameplay on average. Now, like with those games from the past, this one puts a heavy emphasis on exploration and collecting tons of different items in each different area. On top of that, you'll be solving random puzzles in order to open up new areas and progress through with light combat. For me, this is a must-play game, and right now it's on sale for just $3.99, marked down 90% until the 4th. Alright, for our new game spotlight, we have Thunder Ray, which is an upcoming arcade boxing game from developer Purple Tree. The download is just over 1 gig, and it features hand-drawn art and animations with an amazing attention to detail. The character models and special effects are truly gorgeous here on the console. Now obviously it was inspired by older Punch-Out games and features a similar control scheme with the ability to throw high and low punches, duck and dodge, and there's a special meter that when filled up can be used to unleash a devastating attack onto your opponent. Now if you're concerned about the difficulty, there are 3 different options to help out a bit. It is a brutal game and the fighters are pretty creative. You'll be able to jump into the ring on September 14th. The price is set to $15 or your regional equivalent. Alright everyone, thank you all for watching. You're legendary if you made it this far. Thanks again to the channel members and the patrons and really everybody that comes through to check out the videos. We really do appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day.